Tanner Starbard with Matt Agriculture. We're out here in the throes of autumn, full season. The seasons are coming to bed, the plants are starting to wind down for the winter. And as we look around at this ecological experiment that we're working on, a partnership with Matt Agriculture, City of Boulder, Restore Colorado, and some other local farmers, particularly Marcus McCauley Family Farms. Amongst the ecological experiment, we're also participating in how does regeneration apply to the world of economics? How do money flow? How do we consider investment and the return on investment, and in what forms? At this stage in restoration on this particular property, we have a conception sometimes that business can come into play and heal everything. And if you're doing business right away, you're going to start to see ecological success. But in this particular moment, other types of investment and other types of capital need to come in to allow the business to reach that state where that positive feedback loop is going to occur. And so some of those forms of capital have been direct investment from a public entity. The City of Boulder has invested taxpayer dollars in the restoration of the land that they own. There's also a private entity, Restore Colorado, which is channeling funds from local restaurants into the regeneration of the place where that food comes from. And these are really essential to allow this landscape to return to a state of ecology where the business can continue to sustain and perpetuate that regeneration on its own. But in these early phases of regeneration, it takes that whole system and creativity, not just in how we're operating on the land base as the farmer, but how the whole community can come into play. At Mad Ag, we recognize that the restoration of land is going to be more than just the practices that occur. And we've realized, and increasingly so as a society, that we've gained a lot of financial dollars and financial capital by extracting from our natural resources. And what we still are trying to figure out and experimenting and being creative with is how do you return what was brought from the landscape and return it? How do you turn financial dollars back into the soil? And there's a few different methods. There's investments, philanthropic dollars that can come in the early phases. But then there's also an opportunity for consumers, everybody, at where they purchase their food, the way they eat, and the way they interact with the marketplace, where they can start to turn those financial dollars back into the soil and back into ecosystem health.